background, the waves shaking in for Blessed Holloway. Like, come on. Talking about a fighter that deserves an insane walkout. We hope to see it live November 15th. Maddie and Elle might be training for a fight, but I know Maddie and I will be there in Biloxi, Mississippi, fighting for the inaugural Gamebred BareKnuckle Bantamweight Championship of this world, the one and only Randy Costa.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro?
What's up, my friends?
How you guys doing?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be seen.
What a legend.
Where are you at? Where are you joining us?
I'm in Rehoboth. I'm in Mass.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, dude. What's going on with you guys?
We're just excited to see Gamebred announce a date and get excited for the next card and having stud like you on the card. What a matchup, man.
What a card, dude.
I know.
They
so far,
put out like
every
only
announcement.
2 or 3 of them out. They got 4 more, Randy.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm hearing like some words about who else is going. Dude, this is crazy, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be sick.
Yeah. I mean, how does it feel to be a part of this one? I mean, so far.
Wait, Maddie, like, not a part of it. The headliner.
I know. It's like you're seeing some of these names pop up, but it's like main event is Randy Costa, my friend. It's like, how does that feel?
Dude, it's super cool. I mean, last one I was kind of gifted an opportunity to go in as a co-main spot, and I was like, holy shit, this is super cool. And now this is like super fucking cool, right? Now it's like the main event spot. I'm pumped, and I feel like it makes sense. I mean, like they're familiar. Well, they meaning like Mississippi, Biloxi. They're familiar with like who I am. They're familiar with who Brandon is. Obviously, we have a history, and like I don't know, man. I mean, zero disrespect at all whatsoever. But the last time, I feel like we set the bar so high going into the main event, and then the main event was like a buzzkill almost in that Biloxi card. And I feel like having me as the head, I mean, I'm not going to be in a fucking boring fight, dude. I'm not going to go through that cuddle and stuff. I'm going there to like fight, right? So I feel like we're in a pretty good position. And I think, I don't know, dude. And you would assume that Chase Sherman, Greg Hardy is probably going to be the co-main. And someone's going to for sure get fucking slept in that fight too. It's nuts, dude. I can't wait.
I think there might be something bigger in the co-main, Randy. Bigger.
Stop, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I've heard something too, but I heard it was still been moving.
I
feel like we need Dean to just start popping on to the Fight Bananas show to drop the news.
I literally almost messaged him to see if he wanted to come on today. We were so stacked and we got such a big and busy show. I didn't want to mess with it.
No, we got plenty to
Randy,
talk
I want
about,
you to hit on something we were just talking about with the No Chase show. First and foremost, did you watch UFC this past Saturday night?
I watched the main event. I watched a few of the fights. I was cornering on Saturday night, so I was only really able to watch the actual main event. But dude, that fight was, I mean, the whole production was fucking insane, right? That was like nuts.
Insane. So Randy, if you could have added one fighter or one fight onto that card to be like, oh my goodness, this person, man or female, deserves to kind of have that kind of spotlight, who would you add? Like Elle threw out Connor, Maddie threw out Max Holloway. I threw out Jones and Stipe, like a historic fight. Who you adding?
There will be nothing like some New Orleans jazz playing, man. We have to have Dustin Poirier.
Yes. Yes. Could you imagine that walkout with like all the
he deserves something like, and he's not like a polarizing figure. Like everybody kind of loves him. I feel like they didn't drop the ball, but they dropped the ball with like not having him perform on a spectacle card like that. I feel like he deserves it.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
That would be.
And also too, I think it's all known. His next one, I think, guys, is his last one. Like I think it's kind of out there. Imagine if they added Dustin and Gaethje to that card.
Fuck, that'd be wild.
Even cooler, Dustin and Diaz, man. That's the fight.
Yeah.
Because isn't Diaz of Mexican descent or Spanish descent?
I think he's half.
That's fair.
I think he's half. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't have any desire to watch Diaz get spanked that fast.
Yeah, dude. But
I would rather watch him and Gaethje fight again. I want.
It would be a cool MMA boxing match.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, what's more Mexican than that?
That's so fair.
Like the fighting style. What's more Mexican than that?
Yeah. I love it. Well, so you're back in Mass. I mean, this is like the last time you met Davis was like what 5 years ago, right? It's been a
the last time I
April
fought
13th,
him.
2019.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been a hot second. How much do you think you've evolved in those 5 years?
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't even think it's like of topic of conversation. I feel like I've evolved since the last fight. But everybody's gonna give that same generic answer. But like, I don't know, man. I was 20, 24 or something when we first fought. And dude, like, I had only had 4 fights the first time I fought him.
Mm.
You know, like that's cut. And the first time I had ever been punched in the face in a fight was against, like, there was a lot of, I was very inexperienced, and it was still like a fucking sick fight. And I had just fought like, you know, some idiot on the local scene, and he had just fought like Zabit Magomedov. Like that's
Right,
kind of, you know, like I don't know. I feel like there's like it was just massive gains. Both I've matured both professionally and personally, and as a man, I feel like I have like a strength of a man instead of like a boy now. Like I don't know,
Right.
you know, like there's just things like that. But I don't even think that, you know, that was.
I don't
6
think
years
you had a
ago.
beard back then.
I had no tattoos, dude.
There was zero facial
was the
hair.
pretty boy.
Zero tattoos.
Randy looked like
Yeah.
me.
I was
No
just a pretty boy.
tattoos.
Yeah, dude. I was just a pretty boy. It's gonna be sick though. I mean, that fight was nuts too. Like,
It was.
I mean, not the whole fight wasn't nuts, but and when I say the whole fight, I mean like a round and a half.
Yeah.
It was sick, dude. Like that first round was like nuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, Davis, we're kind of on the same wavelength. Like we're not really like looking to have like the boring style. Like, you know, so it's gonna be a fun fight.
My question for you, with you getting in after 4 professional fights and you were in the UFC, if you could go back, would you have done it the same way? Would you have waited longer? Do you feel like it was too soon?
I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I wouldn't change a single thing about this journey that I've been on. I mean, obviously I wasn't like too early because I won fights, right? I had competitive fights. I won 2 fights at bonus. I have knockouts. Like it's definitely not like too early, but I was for sure like underdeveloped. But to say that I would go back there and do things different, that would just be a blatant lie. Like everything happened the way that it's supposed to happen. And some fucking alternate universe, I'm now fighting for a bare-knuckle MMA belt. Like, what the fuck is this, dude?
It's so awesome, man. It's so crazy, the evolution of a fighter when they just keep at it, right? And you're just one of those guys that was like, this is who I am. I'm a fighter. And I feel like you have found a home with the bare knuckle. Would you agree?
I would agree entirely. I mean, like, we've spoken about this stuff before, and I feel like with the bare knuckle stuff, they don't really have, or the bare knuckle MMA stuff, like Gamebred in particular, they don't have like a face. Like they don't have like a young guy that's like, I want to be like Mike Perry is to BKFC. I want to be that position. Like I feel like I have potential to be that position. I feel like even with the guys that are on the roster, like nobody's really just fucking sending it. Like I'm gonna send it. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I feel it's an open market, dude. It's an open market. It's a brand new thing. Obviously, they have some finances behind it. They have a plan behind it. There's a great platform. And like with the last one, it was the same situation. I just said like, fuck it. We're gonna roll the dice and see what we can do with this. And like, this definitely not where I was thinking it was gonna go. It's just super fucking cool. And I'm trying to have that same approach. And it's just like, all right, like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm just gonna bare knuckle fight, I guess. Like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
I got like a couple for you, Randy, but my first, I guess, real question is, you and Corey, you don't have to tell everyone your team, or Brandon, Michael Davis, your team, but are you guys watching his whole journey kind of like you? Are you guys watching, of course, the fight you guys had against each other, little details? Or he's had, I think, 2 Gamebred BareKnuckle MMA fights. I've seen, at least for me, most fighters fight differently when you fight Gamebred BareKnuckle. It's a different sport, and it is. Are you guys really paying more attention to those 2 fights and then trying to get some details, little stuff? Or
no, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna go in there and fight. Like, I have an idea of what he's gonna do, right? I mean, yeah. But it's like bare knuckle MMA. Like, this shit's so volatile. Like, anything can happen with any punch. Like, a jab is like a very significant strike in bare knuckle MMA. Yeah. So like going over the top and studying and doing this, that, the other thing, it's crazy. I mean, let's be real. I don't have to worry about Brandon shooting a double leg takedown on me. I have a kickboxing match with no gloves on in Biloxi, Mississippi on November 15th. Like, I don't really It's a fight, dude. It's whatever. I'm not gonna make it bigger than what it is. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna fucking fight.
Yeah, that's the best part. I mean, you're such a fan favorite because of that. But I will say one of my favorite parts about you fighting is mom and dad. Mom and dad are the best. They are your biggest fans, I'm pretty sure. Will they be in the crowd in Biloxi?
Oh, dude, like that's not even there's not a chance they would ever miss a fight, let alone like a fucking circus like this is. There's no way. There's no way.
It's so wild that mom is cool with it, man.
What's the alternative, Maddie? What's the alternative?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Has she always been cool with it, or did it take like I know my mom took some time to get used to the fact that.
Dude, so it was kind of funny. Like my first amateur fight, it was like the Wednesday. I was fighting on Saturday. It was like the Wednesday. And I wrestled in high school, and she was like, "Oh, don't you have that wrestling match this weekend?" I was like, "Eek, I don't." yeah, about that wrestling match. Yeah, but it's cool. She likes it. They watch all the fights. They go, all the UFC fights. They go to all the Cage Titans fights. Like, they love the whole thing now. Like, they're friendly with all the fighters, and yeah, it's super cool, man. I'm very lucky.
That's awesome.
You and Jason had that's the best word I would say is a good mutual respect with each other beforehand. And I know you and Brandon, fought in the past, but it seems Brandon's on that same wavelength, at least same with Jason. There you go. All right. I would assume you guys are going to be like, you know what I mean? Hey, we're dapping. We are super cool. Nothing but yeah, it's going to be war inside that cage. We both know that, but I would assume it's very, friendly's not the right word. Friendly's not the right word, but it's very mutual respect for you guys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like we're fighting because we like to fight. We're not fighting because we dislike each other. Like we just kind of have the same mind. Dude, he's a dude's dude, right? He's a dude. Like, you can fuck with it. He's cool, whatever. Yeah. Throughout this whole lead up, I can't speak about him, but you're not gonna hear me say a single negative comment about him or any of those guys over there. And I don't think you'll hear him say that either. Yeah, dude, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. We've fought before. We've remained in contact since we fought. Obviously, I just fought Jason. He cornered Jason. Like, we should, like, we're just two dudes fighting in Biloxi on November 15th, dude. That's it.
How can you, if you're a combat sports fan, how can you not watch that fight? How can you not watch Costa versus Michael Davis in the main event for the first ever championship? There's only one champion in the whole organization. That's Junior Dos Santos, a living legend. That guy is a living legend. Whoever wins out of you two guys becomes the second champion, the first ever bantamweight. Like, that's insane. That's insane.
It's super cool. And man, it's the night before one of the bigger UFC cards of the year. There's not going to be a competitor on TV. Like, with X amount of UFC vets on this card, where's all the eyes going to be on Friday before Madison Square Garden? Like, this is a cool platform to be on, man. And I like the position that I am, headlining the show. Like, it's pretty cool.
And it's so cool to watch the popularity grow as well. People are really starting to follow bare knuckle more and realize, like, oh, this is dope. And I'm seeing more states legalize it. I believe I just saw Philly legal, or Pennsylvania legalize it. So if you were able to fight anywhere, where would you be fighting your next main event?
Saudi Arabia.
What? Out of all the places?
I want to go there, but in the thing, I would love to fight at the fucking. I would love to fight at, I don't know the name of the arena, but in Denver, like where UFC 1 was at. Okay. Like, that would be super fucking cool. Definitely keep me out of Utah. I don't like the elevation.
Yeah. Well, Colorado's up there too.
Something like, and probably like a more conservative state, because fuck taxes.
Florida, Orlando, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, the Mouse House.
There you go. Oh my God, that'd be wild.
That'd be way cool. Imagine? That'd be way cool.
That'd be crazy if they did it in December. That would be nuts.
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
imagine.
I hate you guys. What do you know?
You too.
What do you know?
Usually I know too.
This is bullshit.
All right, I got one for Randy. If you guys got more, definitely chime in. Everyone loves Mount Rushmores. We've been doing a lot of Mount Rushmore stuff, and people eat it up. They love it. So, Randy, my question for you is, hypothetical. It's a bare knuckle MMA Mount Rushmore. What fighter transitions into that? You can even put yourself in there if you want, or you can literally just put anyone in the Gamebred bare knuckle crew. Or like I said, you could do hypothetical. You can go Dustin Poirier. You can go Nate Diaz, whoever you want. If you had to do a Mount Rushmore of Gamebred bare knuckle MMA fighters, who would be on those mountains?
I think Poirier. I think his style. I think that would translate very well to bare knuckle MMA. I think McGregor's style too, being so kick heavy, would be super tough to deal with in bare knuckle with the side kicks, and that'd be really annoying to deal with. I don't think like Gaethje would be super successful in it, only because all his shots are like loopy shots, and like that's how you're gonna snap your hand in bare knuckle. Whereas like Poirier's, everything's kind of more down the middle. I think Max would be super successful with bare knuckle stuff because he's not sitting on punches. That's just like kind of jabbing your face off.
That's 3. One more.
Myself.
There we go. There it is.
I got the artwork guy already working on a Randy Costa Mount Rushmore. You better put it
There it is, dude. There it is.
I love it. Well, I have one more for you, Randy. It's certainly gaining steam. A lot of people are kind of gravitating towards bare knuckle, but for those who are just finding it, what is one maybe controversial take on Gamebred or controversial take on bare knuckle MMA in general that people may be surprised by, or just something fun about bare knuckle that people may not expect?
In a fighter's perspective, like your hands don't get as fucked up as you think they would. That would be like the biggest thing. Like it doesn't suck that to receive it fucking sucks. But to like land a punch, it's not that bad. Like
that's
for me, I was way concerned with that. Like I think I said it on here before that I made peace with the fact that I was for sure gonna break my hand. And I felt like I won the lottery ticket by not breaking my hand. But looking everything up and you're seeing breaking your hand is more uncommon than not breaking your hand. Like you're not really breaking your hand.
Do you have some big ass hands? Because I got little fragile ones, so I feel like
dude, I got little soft hands, dude.
That's fascinating, though.
Like, it doesn't suck that bad. In like maybe it's the wrap that I had, maybe it was the straight punches. I don't know what it was, and I'm not going to question it, nor am I going to flirt with it. But it wasn't that big of a concern. But BK, if the bare knuckle boxing, obviously that's a different story because you're limited to 2 weapons and you only can throw those 2 weapons.
Correct. That makes
sense.
The
MMA stuff, that was like, it really wasn't. It wasn't terrible. Now, granted, I didn't get cracked like a ton or at all, so maybe my opinion would be different. But like as far as the hands, like it's not really. It's like shitty, but not like super shitty.
That's fascinating because I would think like 1 punch and you're done, but that's awesome.
No, not that bad.
That Biloxi card,
like they swell up like a tick after the fight, but like it's not a huge deal in the actual fight.
And that was one of the best cards ever, that Gamebred Biloxi card, the first one. I think only one person broke their hand. Only one out of
wild.
Dude, I'm fucking in the back. That was the first fight. That kid took it on short notice. I feel terrible for him. So I'm fucking in the back and like it's my first bare knuckle. I never hit it. I've never done bare knuckle. And I'm like, I'm not sure what to think about this. I'm warming up, this, that, the other thing. Fucking first kid comes back, dude. He's got this knuckle at his wrist. I'm like, yo, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Fuck this.
That's like
I can't even go home, dude. I was like, I'm too committed now. I was like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear, bro. That sucks. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see it.
That's the worst possible thing to do.
So I hear Lozon telling people at the gym like about going to the fight because Peter Barrett's on the card as well versus another Boston guy, Charles Rosa. And I trained with Pete and I've trained with Charles in the past, but whatever. I hear Lozon explaining to people, he's like, dude, you have to go watch the bare knuckle. Like guys come back from these fights with like their face hanging off and like PTSD. And like, I'm like, yo, when you put it like that, dude, help me out.
That's so funny. Who's gonna be in your corner this time around?
Lowe's-on, Greg Rebello, and then Coach Vic.
Very
cool. Excited, man. I can't wait.
Crew.
Everybody's excited. There's a lot of buzz. 3 confirmed Boston-based fighters on there right now. Like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Who knows? It could pick up here. I mean, didn't bare knuckle boxing stuff kind of like originate in the Northeast area? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised with our history
John L.
and our
Sullivan,
culture.
that's like the OG.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, I was gonna say
That's like this, yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, and it seems to be like there seems to be more interest, and I feel like in this area, and it's pretty cool to be in this position. Like I feel like people got inspired after seeing me do it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Maybe I should try it too." And like that's super cool because, I mean, there's not really like hotbeds for like bare knuckle, and it'd be really cool if this could become like a hotbed for like where the Gamebred fighters are from. Like that'd be super fucking cool. Like we're going to Biloxi with right now 3 confirmed Boston-based fighters, and I'm hearing maybe another one. Like it's kind of we'll have some people in the crowd. Like that's pretty cool.
I love that. I love Peter Barrett's style too. Like, it's perfect for this.
It's ugly, dude. It's ugly.
Perfect.
It's like way bare knuckle. He's just gonna fight you.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, he's just gonna straight up fight you. Like that's sick. If there's like a poster boy for like that's Peter Barrett, dude. His whole shit, the way that he looks, the way that he talks, the clothes he wears, the way like he is like he is
1000%. 1000%.
But
Maddie
Rosa's too. Rosa's not in boring fights either.
Yeah,
like,
he's
win
not.
or lose. That's another guy.
His motor is nonstop.
No, dude, and he has like really weird, annoying jiu-jitsu, which I think will translate well to. Dude, he's like a fucking ferret. Like he just rolls with shit. Like, I mean, it's like it's super effective. It's super effective.
Well, and something I've kind of noticed, and I feel like a lot of the bare knuckle fighters have said the same thing. It's easier to sub people when you don't have gloves on.
Dude, we're doing no gi MMA. Like that's what it is.
It's just like this just doesn't seem fair.
It's not fair. And dude, like other like stupid things like clinching against the cage, like you can grind your back to like disrupt the grip. Like there's so many like annoying little tricks, like the thumbs in the like rabbit punches. Like it's cool. I feel like it like makes everything more fighting, more real, more like a real fight.
What's like so you're basically, you guys are creating the fight IQ of bare knuckle MMA because it's such a new sport. So what's like something that you've noticed that you haven't seen anybody else do?
I feel like with myself, I feel like not other people are doing it. Like nobody's fucking pulling. They're either engaging or disengaging. Nobody's fucking with range or rhythm. And I feel like the game with bare knuckle is about not getting hit. Like you can say that about MMA and this, but there's more like the margin of error is much bigger when you have gloves on. And I feel like if you can establish like a nasty like pull game and constantly like manipulating range and using your feet as like magnets, I feel like you can take the game over like pretty easy. Like if you could just jab, pull, jab, like be super fucking annoying. That's what I think. But I mean, I don't see other fighters doing it. I don't see other fighters like
it's just a car crash.
I mean, that's cool. That's what people want to see. But people also want to see people get fucked up. And I feel like the pulling game is only going to allow.
That's when the knockouts come.
That's where the knockouts come.
100%.
I love it. I was going to say this twice early, Maddie, when Randy was talking about like how good the event's going to be and all this stuff. You and I are going to get paid for going to this event and talking on it.
It's the best.
Best job in the world.
We're living our dreams, man. It's fucking awesome.
And I said this probably 3 times, and Fight Bananas is always evolving and always growing. So like, I just want to throw this out there again, guys. I never met Randy before the show in Biloxi, and I know Maddie did. Maddie already had a relationship with Randy, and like saw him at the hotel. This man to my left, it was the coolest guy fight week. I just had the best mojo, coolest guy ever. He was great communicator, fight night, weigh-ins. Awesome stuff. I can't wait to do it again. And Randy, like I say this to Maddie and all the time. I don't want to bother you guys when you're in that kind of 24, 36, 48 hours pre, but anything you want to do that fight week or a couple hours before, any kind of content, outside, inside, anything, we can go to the cage early and do something. I would love to do it, man. I can't wait. I'm so damn excited for this fight.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the love. And like, I'm super low key during fight week, dude. I don't really like, I'm not like some fighters get like super tense and like, you know, on edge. I'm kind of like this. Like I don't really give a fuck. Like I'm cool with whatever, man. I'm definitely down to spam a bunch of content and yeah, dude, it's gonna be sick, man. I'm pumped for this whole build up, dude. We have I have 8 weeks to play with instead of like the 6 and not sure what's going on type of thing. Like I'm familiar with the whole thing. I know how the system runs. Yeah, dude. I feel like this gonna be fucking super cool, man. I'm fired
I
up.
got some fun ideas for the Boston boys too. I think I'm
Let's
gonna make you
go.
guys do some games. So
Yes, dude. All
Yeah.
the games.
Let's
All the
do it.
games. All the games.
I want to build like a mini Fenway Park outside in the front of the hotel and let them swing wiffle balls, have them hit home runs.
Yeah,
Do
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Best place in the world.
I'm talking to Dean already, man. I got ideas on
Dude, it's gonna be
ideas.
fun, man. It's gonna be super fun. And like I said, we have noticed this time. It's more than just myself going down there. Like, I'm putting a ticket order. I have, 20, 25 people. If all 4 fighters have 20, 25 people go, we have some people from the Boston area coming. Like that's, and I explained bare knuckle, like the whole show to other people too. And like when you go to like MMA shows, like gloved MMA shows, you can kind of hear like more booing and things like that. But I feel like with bare knuckle, there's a very healthy level of respect for what's going on. Like,
I agree.
it's almost like eerie. Like it flirts with the line of like, oh, might be too much, or like this is just enough. But I feel like there's everybody's cheering everybody. Like they're just excited about the fight and thankful that 2 psychos are down to do something like
Right.
that.
It's a spectacle.
Gladiators,
Yep.
Like,
dude,
I've been watching Spartacus, and it's like
it's super
not too far off.
Dude, it's way fucked up. It's super cool though. Like, but I remember like being in like getting cheered by like the Mississippi people on my way in, but that was for everybody. It was just cool that they respect like the severity, I guess, of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is the last thing on like the whole tickets or the arena stuff. And Randy, I don't know if you kind of noticed or felt it. The floor was completely sold out. All these tables, it was massive. And the upper section almost sold out, I believe, last time. I think this time it is because it's the second time in the city. That first night was so insane. They got Brandon Michael Davis fighting for a championship against Randy Costa coming back. Like I said, other big names are coming onto this card. I feel like it's going to be a complete sellout. It's going to be nuts.
Dude, so they sent me some ticket options to put them in a little early, and they were bombed out of 2 of the tiers already. Wow. This motherfucker Brandon can sell air conditioners to an Eskimo, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's so cool. Like that's fucking sick. That's super sick.
Yeah, this is great. This is gonna be so
much fun. I love that you're just as stoked that he's gonna have people there.
Dude, that's sick, dude. Like, come watch the party, dude.
Yeah, exactly. The more butts and seats, the better. It doesn't matter.
Guys being dudes. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
This is gonna be insane.
I have to ask you about your nickname as well.
Yeah.
So I love that movie. Was this like? Did you decide that you were the Zohan, or was this given to you?
I didn't even know it was good. So my first pro fight, the announcer for Cage Titans, Andy Kurzankowski, like surprised me with the nickname. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? And I'm like, dude, it actually makes perfect sense because like the kicks that the Zohan throws, like they come from like stupid angles, and he's like a hair guy, and like I kind of care about my hair, and like he's a ridiculous character, and I think I'm kind of a ridiculous person. Like everything it just made sense. Yeah, dude, it's perfect.
You didn't
and,
have
like
even
nobody else has
movie.
it. And I'm like the furthest thing from like I'm pretty sure that name is like Israeli, and I'm fucking not at all.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Shout out to Andy. That's great.
Shout out Andy.
I love it.
Guys, November 15th, Gamebred BareKnuckle MMA takes over Biloxi, Mississippi. Get tickets, Ticketmaster.com. Randy's got tickets on the slide. Connect with Randy. Slide into those DMs. Get those, the tickets in maybe the Boston area, the crew if you want to. Guys, the inaugural Bantamweight Championship of the world. Randy Costa, Brandon Michael Davis, November 15th. I can't wait, bro. We'll talk a lot more beforehand. Can't wait to see you in person in Biloxi, Mississippi. Any last words, my man, for now?
That's it, man. I appreciate the love, guys. We're 8 weeks out. It's going to be a sick night, and I'm sure I'll talk to all you guys before then.
Sounds good.
Brother. Cheers, Randy. Be good.
Have an awesome
Randy
week,
Costa.
guys. Catch you later.
See
Thanks,
ya.
Randy.
What a legend, bro.
I know. He's such a pleasure. Always.
What a fun guy.
And I know Brandon, and I don't want to this is going to come off